Well, I was out here yesterday for a while and sanded on this. Had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and then while I was there yesterday, they scheduled me another one today. So, haven't really got a lot of sleep the past 2 days. But yesterday I come out here and sanded all under the hood jams and this complete door jamb over here. And, I've got seam sealer and everything. And I've got one whole cartridge and about 1/8 of another cartridge of seam sealer left. But the camera will focus. There's a little groove right in there. As you can see the shiny part, but there it is. Had to seam seal that on both sides of the trunk. And I seam sealed around the door hinges, top, bottom, front, back. Got all that done. Seam sealed all around up in here. I still got to get this. I didn't sand that yet, so I didn't seam seal that, but I'd sanded this part up in here, and I was already in the process of seam sealing it, so I didn't want to sand it and get dirt everywhere in the seam sealer. And, I don't know that they seam sealed these from the factory right here, but I put a real thin coat over it because when I had it down to bare metal, there was rust coming from in between the panels, in between the quarter panel and the door jamb. So I had to keep wire brushing the crap out of it, get it clean, and finally got it all clean and got primer on it. So I just went ahead and seam sealed it with a thin coat. But, you can still see the line of where the quarter panel meets, so I think it'd be alright. This car's far from factory anyway, because the floor pans on both parts are supposed to be painted the same color as the car, and we didn't buy enough paint to paint all that because we didn't plan on replacing the floor pan to begin with. But anyway, got all up underneath there seam sealed. All that was all dry rotted, cracked, and falling out. And all down that side. All of this, I wasn't real worried about making that pretty because it's covered up with a fender. So if you would have seen the mess that was on there from the factory, you would think that was heavenly. But seam sealed all of this, and from the factory, they had these holes plugged all the way up, so the water had to come up to that hole to drain out. And this thing was just full of pine needles and dirt and everything else. And if you remember some of the old videos I've posted, I replaced this cowl panel because the one that was on here was bowed in the middle because of when it got hit in the passenger side over there. So I cut it off right around there and left that part up high. And then when I cut this piece off the other car, I made it come down all the way to here. And I put a bunch of series of tack wheels all the way across the base of it. Then I body worked it and seam sealed it and all that good stuff. Got that there seam sealed. Like I said, I don't know if that was seam sealed from the factory, but I was worried about it getting inside and rusting through there. And had to weld some parts there, seam seal that, and all this, and all that seam sealed. And this part right up here, they didn't seam seal that from the factory, but I had a bit of a gap there where that piece was that I put in there, so I just seam sealed it just to make sure it wasn't going to get dirt in it, rust away, and fall apart again. I've got it all seam sealed all the way down in there, all the way down to the bottom. And again, like this seam right here, I don't think it had seam sealer from the factory, but I went ahead and did it. I seam sealed that. And went ahead and did this on both sides. Up in the corners there. There's some places I gotta sand this smooth. I had a big old blob of stuff there and started drying up on me, and rather than messing with it, I just left it. I'll sand it off before I prime it. And let's see. Oh yeah, I got a little spot right there too I gotta sand. And I've got all that over there. And got all this side done. Same way, got it all seam sealed. And that seam sealer is a direct-to-metal seam sealer. It's a 3M. I'll go over here and get the part number for you. It's in my toolbox. That way, in case anybody wants to know, they'll see it. It's 3M 08310 bare metal seam sealer. And it was, I remember, $42 or $45 a cartridge at summitracing.com. Don't go to O'Reilly's local and buy it because they want $72 for it. So Summit was the cheapest place I found it. And Summit's good about getting things here in 2 days. So anyway, there's my update for tonight. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to call it quits. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I was wanting to get some primer on that door jamb over there on the other side. I got some bare metal spots on it. But it is what it is. I just have to come back if it flash rusts and sand it away. But there's another update. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel.